do you think that these judges should say, well, he was dishonest about how much money was in the defense fund. They should look at the inconsistent statements that he's made in the past. And certainly, if he ever said anything about Trayvon Martin's hands being on that gun, will that come out and will it make a difference in this hearing?
Alison, that's really the duty of the prosecutor to bring all of that out. I think that this judge will make, as Ryan pointed out, a concerted effort to stay impartial, to look only at the evidence that's brought before him by the various attorneys and things that are testified to by the witnesses. He is not going to go too far outside of the realm of what is actually presented in court during the stand your ground hearing. It would be unethical for him to do otherwise.
I think the credibility of the judge, or the credibility of Zimmerman, it only comes into play with his previous actions only come into play when it comes to testimony that Zimmerman is giving that's uncorroborated by other evidence. When you have other witnesses that are coming in, all the evidence that the prosecution is going to bring in, all of that doesn't really have a whole lot to do with Zimmerman's credibility to begin with. It's simply the statements made by Zimmerman that this credibility actually affects. Now, if there's a statement made by Zimmerman that Trayvon Martin actually touched the gun, now that doesn't have anything to do with his credibility in previous trials.
To me, that's explosive.
I agree.
He says,
it's up to the prosecution to bring that in.
But I'm telling you, if I'm the judge in this case and he says that in a statement to the police, we struggled over the gun, and then there's no physical evidence that Trayvon Martin ever touched the gun, I'm saying, buddy, I don't believe you. I don't believe you at all, and this case is going to the jury.
Well, that goes to the exact heart of what the stand your ground defense. If he's saying that Trayvon Martin grabbed the gun, and now later he's changing his story to, oh, he didn't grab the gun, that changes the entire picture of what happened. For George Zimmerman to have alleged that he grabbed the gun, and then later to change his story, changes the entire level of credibility for George Zimmerman and for his whole story. His whole narrative loses its effect.
And it's up to the prosecution ultimately to be able to point to those previous statements and say, Mr. Zimmerman, did you or did you not say these things to the police? Mr. Zimmerman, have you not now been caught in a lie because we didn't find Trayvon's DNA on the gun? I mean, these are all things that will come out of the stand your ground hearing. The lawyers for both sides are excellent, excellent attorneys. I mean, with all these, even though I think the laws in Florida are crazy, cut that.
Do not cut that. I love that, and it's true. Keep it.
Even though the laws in Florida are very different than they are in other parts of the country, I feel confident that justice is going to prevail in this case because the attorneys working on it are so good.